Alright. How good is the view? Okay. Welcome back, neighborinos, to new painting video. This is a follow-up to the last one. Painted this guy last time. Could put another coat of paint on him, but how good is that? Okay. Could put another paint on him. He's darker in real life, but truthfully, I love him. I think he's beautiful, so I'm gonna leave him how he is. My brother made his own little space marine off camera. That was nice. Very nice of him. Yeah, it's very cool. Very nice. It's very nice of him. So, last podcast episode, this is pretty much a podcast by now, we accidentally painted the wrong pair of arms, hands, and gun. It worked out fine, you know. Gun has that little silver symbol on it right there. I think that's more in focus. No, actually, that's worse. Yeah, okay, that's better, much better. So, no wonder. Okay, that gun does not have silver on it, so I'm gonna do that. This is my bad brush. I got a new brush. I just don't know where it is right now. Went to, like, I think Michael's or something, so it's like, where about my brush? I don't do that thing where I used to, do that, but that would just pull the strands out, so, like that, if you didn't see. So, if you're unfamiliar, I'm really just using this as a new podcast series, where I paint Warhammer characters. My next project will be a dreadnought. I'm rather excited for that one, because I like big robots, and dreadnoughts are really cool looking. This is the same plate as last time, obviously. I'm not made of money, but spending plates willy-nilly. No sir. No siree. Decent amount of silver paint on there. Not really sure how much I'm gonna need. We've got our cup of water to the right there, which I wash my pen out in, and we always get something really special near the end. Last time it was very sparkly. So, yeah, it really all depends on what kind of colors we use this round. Just gonna wash that off. If you don't know if it captures it. Okay, it does capture it. Yeah, wipe it off. Got a few toothpicks for the finer details. That was what the other I forgot what this is called. It's like a pen, or no, it's not a pen. Brush. That was what the other brush was gonna be for. It was like those tinier little details like the eyes, but I could just do that myself. Yeah, honestly, this would do it, but I'm pretty sure the other one's more durable. So, we've got our gun and everything over here. We're all done here. I'm just gonna try and get the gun done on this one, because that would be nice. If it goes off screen, that's because I'm bringing it really close to my face so I can see. That is very nice already. Okay, I'm gonna lay that down so it doesn't wow, that laid down perfectly. Nice. I really like the backpacks those guys have. It makes them look very prepared. Oh yeah, already the paint cup is turning into something really nice. Very sparkly with the silver. It's like a cloud in there. Whoa. Oh, that is very cool. And I don't want to show you guys, because truthfully, my secrets are mine alone. Goal. Right, goal. Everything's all been primed already. I gave it once over with primer. Actually, it's more like a 2 over. It has dried by now, so it doesn't quite have the stick, but should still do the job. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to leave the backpack, except for this little middle bit, mostly black again, because I just like how that looks. This guy, he's gonna be golden. Gonna be golden. I never got copyright strikes in the last video regarding my scenes. I'm assuming I got the Midas touch. I'm assuming I'm all right there. But you know what they say about assuming makes an ass out of you and me. You gotta have the knowledge to know that reference. Also, I'm sorry for swearing. Don't do that. Also, don't do drugs, kids. like they're children watching a Warhammer video. I mean, I watch Warhammer videos, and I'm young. So far, I don't know when you're watching this video, or if anyone else is. The last video hasn't gotten any views yet, but I'm just hoping doing what I like now will maybe get views. Either way, it'll show as like a, hey, this is what I was doing, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. That's all I really got here. So, gold. Didn't exactly get this guy covered in the spray, but that doesn't. Wow. Oh wow, that looks nice. So I'm gonna go over some things from last episode. Number one, that one YouTuber whose name I couldn't, put my finger on. That was Warpstorm Warmaster. Wow, I am very shiny already. Warpstorm Warmaster and his bunch of Storm Wardens, which unfortunately he named them after a pre-existing group by accident, which is unfortunate. Which I kind of like. It's just like, it's gold for these guys, because I should have brought my sketchbook like last time. I did that last time. I didn't do it this time, and I wanted to do it this time. I just didn't do it because I forgot. Try to get like all the crevices there, or maybe not all the crevices, but how much of that last guy did I even really get? Okay, I'm gonna lay this guy down now. We're gonna wait for him to dry before we keep going. Add the gold to the cup. Not quite sure if that's done anything, but I think it's tanner for some reason. Still has sparkly, but a little tanner. Don't quite know what's going on there. So now we're gonna move on to the back, and we're gonna do the backpack first. So we're gonna break out our. Where is blue? There is blue. Okay. I should have all my paint in one place. I only have the stuff that came in my box here. Yes, that's black, white, brown, silver, gold, and blue. Which is a nice color assortment. It's a nice cola assortment. Yeah, life is good. I don't know why I paused to think there. So just trying to fill the silence, I guess. Still got gold on there? I'm not sure, actually. For the bases, I'm not gluing them to the bases. I'm not cutting off the pegs, because I rather like the pegs. Heresy for Heretics is a YouTuber. He doesn't like the pegs. He prefers to like the pegs like being the things that hold the characters together. He prefers to like glue them in. I like the pegs, you know. Helps. It's easier if I'm like, oh, I forgot to paint the back of his guns. Now I can like take it out and like actually do it. Maybe if somehow I'm able to like swap out guns and whatnot, I'm able to do that, and I really like that. I will admit though, the price point on Warhammer, I have bought one box and it's already making me, yeah, I got buyer's remorse before I even bought it. Is that a thing? Or was I just told that was a thing? Adding blue to the mixture. Gotta really swirl it around so the paint gets off. A lot of people are using airbrushes, and I talked about this in my last video, but I don't know, I prefer the normal painting so far. Airbrushes are like, if you want to do like a cross-color fade or something. Is it dry yet? I think that's not quite dry yet, but that's very nice looking. Oh my god. Like how it's not like the exact same gun. This one has the skull facing forward, and that one has it going that way. I don't know why. Are they different guns? I don't think so. Yeah, no, they're the same gun, so why is one symbol different? One of them seems to have a crown. I can't explain that one. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm very scatterbrained right now. It's gonna get a little bit of paint. We're gonna spread it around on the canvas. The canvas is the most important thing. canvas is life. This is much cleaner than last time, I'll say that. Really want the paint in those crevices, I'd say so, yes. I'm not even sure if you guys can see it half the time. I'm not used to making painting videos. I'm really just gonna use this as like a podcast to talk about whatever I want right now. So, Loki TV show. I love that show. Oh my god. I remember being very apprehensive about it in the beginning because it's like, what, it's a prequel show? But there's a lot of spoilers in this video for just literally anything I talk about. I'm gonna be real. What did I do here last time? Oh, same thing. Okay. And I painted the box a bit. Oh well. That's why I have a box. So I can paint on it. So we're gonna let that dry. Is that almost dried? No, okay. We're gonna paint you now. I want to do the bit where it's like dripping gold down it, kind of. And I could still paint blue over it, but I'd rather like make like a clear show of like, hey, this is where it is and where it isn't. Did I even paint the inside of this guy's armor? No, okay. I wanted to do that, but you can't really see much of it anyways, so it doesn't make much of a difference to me. So we're gonna paint this guy. He should have like, most people have like a little stand or something they keep the guy on to keep him stable, but I don't have that. I need more blue. Yeah, nice blue, very nice blue. I even do the back this much for the other guy, for M1. Call them M1 because that's what I put on the bottom of his shoes. It's really an if you know, you know reference to people I'm familiar with. We call this guy M2. Mimic. 2. Okay. Just gonna touch up on some paint there and paint on my fingers, but it's okay. It kept accidents sometimes. I like this so far. I like painting. I like just hanging out and doing my own little thing. It's very peaceful and calm so far. I do have other paints in mind. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last episode. This is probably a series now. I'm working on it. Now it's like Warhammer painting and posture or something. I don't know. I want to have a podcast like called Wizards and Waffles, where I'd like talk about like I had an idea in the past where I'd talk about like wizards and waffles, and I'd like it would be about like D&D, and I'd like interview people I know or don't know, and I'd bring and I'd make waffles, and it'd be a very fun podcast. Like talk about the D&D metas. D&D, it definitely has a shelf life, like Zach the Bold. Well, Zach the Bold, he's talked about in the past that his podcast his Bold Takes and Bad Ideas podcast has a shelf life, and I think that's like for any podcast. It's like a La Platica or Brotherly Love to other podcasts. Mom listens to them. She really likes them. I do too. Not like an avid viewer, but I like the podcast so far. I just get like snippets every now and then, but they seem like nice guys so far. Like those podcasts, they'll like bring people on. We'll talk about like whatever, and I feel like those kinds of podcasts have much longer of a shelf life. They're the Twinkies of podcasts. Like if there's no like one specific thing to talk about, then you have everything to talk about. Can I touch this yet? I can. Excellent. So some of the paint seems to have torn off the back with it. That's not good. Gonna get rid of that. Gold. It looks beat up, dirty. Not surprising, considering my handiwork is bad. The gold has already started to be very indifferenceable, or very hard to differentiate from the stuff that's already on the plate. He was gonna paint the town gold. Jarvis Johnson reference. Make a lot of references on the show. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're circling very far back already. Loki season 1, the TV show. Love the TV show. It is a very fun show. if you don't know, the whole bit is that it actually connects to only like a couple movies, which is like Thor, any Thor movie that exists, except for the newest one, which is Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder's fine. It's not my favorite movie. Like, it's not my. It's fine. You can like it. There's something there for somebody. I like Eldritch Beings they show in that, but I feel like they could have gone more in that direction instead of what they actually did. And I can't really describe what direction they went into, but I like it. You know, it's fine. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Loki. The whole bit is that, well, actually, we have to talk about one event. In the Avengers, the first movie, he's doing shenanigans, and then eventually, in the end, they capture him. But in Avengers Endgame, they like go back in time to find this cube that Loki had, because inside of it is an Infinity Stone. So, thinking. Okay, so, but little do they know, they botch it in the past. So they think, oh, we gotta go further in the past. But Loki, in the past, uses the cube to teleport away. And the way this works is that in Marvel right now, there's like one timeline that people are trying to keep straight. But then Loki, as soon as he picks up the box here, it branches. And there's this whole company called the TVA, Time Variance Authority, that doesn't want this to happen. So can you even see my wonderful art? Okay, they don't want that to happen because they only want the main timeline that's currently going on, which is the one that the Avengers and blah, blah, blah are on. Yeah. You get it. And it shows Loki, who is now a time, like, variant, which is, it's not the Loki we know. Because the Loki we know dies in Avengers, Endgame. Yeah, I told you there were spoilers, okay? You can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me already. Except Loki doesn't die in Avengers Endgame. Because he's Loki, he's done it before. You get used to it. You actually already, I kind of already assumed that he died, but then, like, you hear a neck snap, and you're like, ooh, that was crunchy. And usually when Loki fakes his deaths, he, like, disappears. But, like, this time he didn't disappear. His body stayed where it is, so no coming back from that one. And, yeah, it's Loki, and eventually he's, like, talking to this one guy. He's like, he kind of looks like a Luke Skywalker. He was in Wonder, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, probably not at all. I think he's just very familiar looking. He sounds a lot like that guy, but he's talking to this guy, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? Oh, I'm Loki. Okay, cool. And he, like, tries to escape the time variance place using the Tesseract, which is the cube he had, to teleport out. But he can't because, like, the TVA has, I don't know, it just doesn't work there. I'm not sure if they ever explain it. But he says Infinity Stone is useless here, which, fun detail, you can actually see the cube, like, power down. It gets actually dimmer because it's a glowing cube. You actually see it get dimmer as soon as he gets into the TVA. Like, gets brought in. Also, people kill timelines by, like, they set, like, a time grenade and it just blows the whole place up. That's very fun. Very, genocidal, if you will. So, Loki's, and the guy who brought him in was like, hey, why don't you work for me? Hey, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be so cool? And Loki's like, okay. So now they have to go after this other variant, who is another Loki. It's a woman, I'm gonna be real. It's pretty foreseeable twist, but if you're not looking for it, it's there. Because the variants, alternate timelines, blah, blah, blah. It's just the multiverse with more steps and less steps at the same time. But now they're looking for this Loki, and who, like, does some stuff in the Renaissance era and, like, takes down a bunch of TVA agents and takes this device which lets her go across timelines or different realities, that's pretty cool. The way they do this, it like opens up like a little rectangle that, like, as when you can see the other side, but it looks like muffled. Kind of, it's blurry in the same way, trying to look through a fogged window, but orange. It's very cool looking. I really like it. It's very creative, and it's much more creative than just like this. It's better than a Rick and Morty swirling portal. Bent that a bit. I didn't actually bend it this degree. That happened when I was trying to get it out of the body for the priming. actually trying to get this guy covered in gold as much as I can compared to this guy where you can still see, like, that's dried by now. Look at that. Let's take a look at that, actually. Yeah, look at that. So beautiful. Okay, I need to make sure this is in landscape mode because pretty sure the last time I did that, stopped doing that. It really pissed it off. Although I'm still not sure. So I'm really hoping that it's still in another check. Should still be in landscape mode. So, yeah, did that last time. Not that anyone cared. No one saw the video. We're going to paint the gold on here now because I'm trying to look like someone dumped a bucket of gold on him because I think that looked cool. Wouldn't that be so cool? Wouldn't that be so snazzy, so quirky? Yeah, so this is like a very paraphrased version of the plot. I really like this show. I really recommend you watch it yourself. It is a very good, it's a very fun show. But essentially they're like chasing around this girl and they're like, everywhere she goes, she never like leaves behind a mark. Cause most like people who are like on the run like her, they like leave a mark because they cause a branching timeline. She never does that. And then a Loki eventually finds out she's hiding in apocalypses, like world-ending events where there is no one to, like, witness or, like, I don't entirely remember how it works, but in my opinion, or in my definition, I feel it has something to do with witnesses. Now, there's no one to change the timeline because there's no survivors. So it makes no difference if someone's there or not because they could just die by the apocalypse that's happening. So they find out specifically after this stick of gum she, I'm pretty sure, gave a medieval peasant was from, like, I don't know, 2050 or something, where there's, like, where all these people are hunkered down at a Walmart because a storm is coming, this apocalypse. And they chase her there, and Loki is like, hey, what is the meaning of this? What is this about? Like, very nice scene. And then, like, the Loki unmasked, she's like, this isn't about you. And that's when we learn, it's a woman. Ah, so scary. It's fine. Nice reveal, I'll say. Pretty unexpected. If you're me, you can foresee it if you're looking for it, or if you're like, it's a woman, isn't it? Like, because they keep the character, her head, like, they obscure her face at all times. So you could infer it based on that and common tropes used nowadays. But back then, it was like, they say like back then, like it was forever ago. It was only like a couple. I don't even remember how many years it is, but I can't like look it up because my phone is recording this video. So it was very fun, very nice little twist if you're looking for it. So then, I forgot how. There could have been an episode in between this, but Loki, like, chases her through a portal she opens, and they land in another apocalypse, which is on this one planet where another one's gonna, one of its moons or another planet's gonna smash into it. So they're trying to find, like, a spaceship off the place so that the TVA won't go after them. And, like, you could say there's chemistry between them, like, sure. But then you have to remember that they're the same person, which brings up the question of romantic relations with oneself. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna talk about whatever I want here. I didn't mean to touch that. God dang it. Can you see my hair when I did that? I'm not sure. Oh well. So yeah, they're like going on this really cool little like train to get to the spaceship launch because they're trying to get off world. And Loki's like, we actually learn more about Loki and how he like does magic, and he like makes this little like illusion of fireworks coming off his hand, like this little fireworks. He's like, oh yeah, my mom taught me that. Thor was the strong guy, and I was the clever like little guy. Yeah, I was mom's kid, and Thor was dad's kid, and yeah, it makes sense. Given how much he hates his dad, so I can totally expect that. I'm not gonna lie. So they're going to the thing. They're doing something. I'm gonna be real. It's been a while since I watched this show, so there's a lot of things I'm probably leaving out and forgetting entirely. So do I have like hints of gold on it? Yeah. Doesn't look horrible. Yeah. So yeah, they're going to the other Loki's like, oh yeah, the reason I've been on the run by the TVA for years. The whole reason I'm on the run is because I wasn't supposed to be born. It's like, oh, the TVA will go after like a branching timeline because someone was born. Like that sucks. Like that's brutal, and that looks nice. That looks fun. That looks snazzy. But that's pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they literally decide to kill untold innocents because a child was born when they weren't supposed to be, which, first of all, if this was real, no worlds would ever exist. I'm gonna be real. The world has too many things going on in it on, like, Earth in 2025. There's no way that everything is going according to plan to, like, I don't know, space god or something. We need more blue paint. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. Oh, my neck. So yeah, they're going to the spaceship, and excuse me, they're going to the spaceship. They're at the spaceship. They made it past these guards, I'm pretty sure, because it's like you had to pay to be on the spaceship. It's for like rich people, so they're not rich people. So do I want to paint his eyes? Kind of want to give him like white eyes. Little love tap right there with white eyes. I haven't actually done it yet. Not sure how dry that is, truthfully. Okay, I'm locking in. So, but then they're at the spaceship, and then it gets hit by a bunch of space rocks. Bruh. They wasted their time. Their portal device broke when they got here, so now there is no possible way. I'm not gonna paint these because the paint just scratched off when I removed the arms for a sec. There's no way they can get off the planet in time. They're going to die here. So they go to this nice little like lake and watch the planet careen into theirs, which I'd be. Why didn't they try to go to like underground? And they're like having a nice heart to heart, and the TVA finds them, which it saves their lives, but it's also condemning them to like a place where judge, jury, and executioner are just one guy with a stick that, I don't know, completely atomizes you. So then at some point, Loki gets atomized by the stick. I'm not sure if the other Loki does. The Loki we're following, the main character, the guy, I think he gets atomized by a stick. I'm not entirely sure. I think he gets atomized somehow and he gets sent to the void, which is this place where everything that's been like pruned, they call it, because like, oh, tree, ooh. The pruned gets sent. It's called the void. It's like a wasteland where like anything just gets sent. It's like anything. You got like Statue of Liberty. You got like, I don't know, France, just probably somewhere, just all of France. I guarantee you it's there. It's got to look hard enough. Yeah, the Avengers Tower, you can find anything there. And Loki finds these other Lokis, and they're like, hey, man, why don't you come with us? So eventually it cuts to Loki in the next episode, and he's like with these Lokis, and they're like, I think they're eating junk food or something. Their leader is like Kid Loki. There's like a more classic, like early 80s and 90s looking Loki with like a very bright green and yellow outfit. He's an old guy, which he tracks Loki in real life reference. And they're like Kid Loki. There's like this other Loki with Mjolnir, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. There's an alligator Loki, which is a reference to a Marvel comic. Do I have to say if it's a reference to Marvel comic, if it's based on Marvel comics already? Don't care. So they're like, hey, why are you following the kid? And because they're like going to their base at first, and he's just like, I don't want to listen to the kid. And the old guy's like, hey, you'll do best to respect the child. And they're like, our Loki is like, why should I do that? He is a child. And the kid just turns to him and goes like, oh, I killed Thor. And it's like, Okay. Wow. If you're a child, does that mean Thor was the same age? I'm gonna be real, that might not have been as epic as you would think. But eventually they go to their, like, underground hideout, which is, it's like, it has all this stuff in it, just stuff. I don't entirely remember what it looks like, but I know it has a bunch of stuff in it, so that's as descriptive as we're gonna get here. And Loki, and they're like talking about stuff. There's some funny banter. They're like dissing each other sometimes because they're all Loki, so that each one has a superiority complex. And one of the Lokis is like arguing, and the alligator Loki, and then, like, the Loki with Mjolnir is just like, hey, well, at least at some point it goes to, well, at least my split timeline event wasn't eating the wrong neighbor's cat. The alligator Loki, like, jumps at it, and that was a very funny moment. I really liked him. Alligator Loki, he's, like, intelligent, but I'm pretty sure they keep him around like a pet, which he's a wonderful addition to the cast. He doesn't last long, but he's a wonderful addition to the cast. I could make a Cinema Win style video on this. Well. But eventually, the Loki with Mjolnir, he betrays them. So I'm going to stand up here and adjust my sitting position. Because it's Loki, he betrays them. They're all Loki. So he, like, betrays them and he, like, sells them out to a bunch of other Lokis. And then those Lokis betray him. They're like, hey, it's our stuff now. It's our stuff. And then those Lokis betray their leader and vice versa. And you can just see our Loki in the corners, like, rubbing his temples, like, oh my god, I hate myself now. It's like he's finally understanding what other people go through. He's like so tired of it already, and he's like, oh my god, dude. It's really funny. It's a very nice bit, but eventually he gets out and he chills, and he meets up with, like, female Loki, I think, or maybe they weren't already met up. I don't entirely remember. But they're with, like, the old Loki, and they're like, Alioth is coming. Alioth is this big smoky guy with, like, orange and purple in him, and he eats things. He eats stuff. He's, like, the thing that keeps the Badlands, as I'm gonna call it, because I'm a gamer, clean. I'm gonna wash that off. Stop it from getting too solid. He stops it from getting too cluttered, I'm pretty sure. So he eats life. He might eat structures. I'm not entirely sure. But he's going from it. He's eating people. And the old Loki's like, they have a little speech. And the old Loki, he, like, tries to take it on. Or maybe, I don't know. He's trying to hold it off for a little bit. His fingers start glowing. He's talking about glorious purpose, which is something that Loki in the actual MCU, he's always talking about his glorious purpose, and that was a really nice moment. I am very bad at describing it. I really recommend you watch the show yourself, because I am taking much longer in blue than last time. I don't know why. I'm trying to get in every crevice as possible, I suppose. I'm trying to avoid, like, the back legs. I don't want those painted in. The other one was with gold, but I don't want to do it with this one. I'm gonna try to keep it black. But he's like, oh, glorious purpose. And he gets swallowed up. Just completely gobbled by Alioth. And then they're like, hey, Loki, you should do mind control on, like, the big guy. And it's like, I don't know how to do that. So then the female Loki's just like, oh, I'll help you out, man. So then they have a nice moment, and then they, like, I don't know, they, like, throw green at Alioth. It, like, a green cloud. I don't know, I think they turn Alioth green, I'm not sure. So yeah, he's green now. He's green. He chills out, and he leaves them alone. And eventually, they find their way to this place outside of time. So you can see, like, this timeline here in real time. You can actually see it. And there's this guy there at the end. He's like, hey, I found out the whole place. I found out about the end of time. But all of the other me's found out about the end of time. And then we started killing each other. So then I found Alioth, and I made him evil. So we would stop killing each other. Now I'm like the guy. I'm like the last man standing, like in Forsaken. And he's like, but forget what happens, but it leads to Loki and female Loki having a duel over whether or not they should kill him, because the guy says if they kill him, then all the other hymns that have been, like, suppressed and, like, I'm gonna be real, murdered every time a new timeline is pruned, will come out and start the war again, and they'll just try and kill everybody. And now it's like a whole mortal debate over whether or not they kill. It's literally the trolley problem. They kill one man so timelines can continue. Well, it's not quite the trolley problem, because they kill a man so timelines can continue to grow and thrive. But then they have the problem of whether or not his other selves are going to attack him. And then there's the thought of, what if he's just lying? What if he is absolutely fibbing right now? What if he is talking about absolute horseradish, absolute hogswoggle right now? What if he is blowing a fart so loud it sounds true? They don't know. So then Loki and female Loki have a fight. He does an illusion thing. He kills her in the end. He feels really bad. I mean, she kills him, and she prunes him with a pruning stick, which, I don't know, sends him back to the TVA. And he's like talking to the guy, Mobius. Yeah, Mobius, not Morbius. Who's the guy who recruited him, and he's like, hey. He's like, Mobius, she pruned me. We gotta find him. She's gonna kill the guy at the beginning of time. And Mobius like, whoa, what's your deal? Like, come on, talk to me. What's your badge? It's like, he's going through protocol. It's like he never met the guy. And we know that female Loki killed the big guy in the end. And then it ends with Loki looking at statues of the big guy. And that's a very mysterious cliffhanger ending. I'm really happy that the show got picked up or continued after that, because I would have been really mad if they ended it on there. Loki season 2, I'm gonna be real, isn't as memorable as season 1, and I know that because I don't remember it very much. So I'm not gonna talk about that one, but season 1 is a very fun time for Marvel fans. There'll be little things where you're like, oh my god, I know that reference. Oh, my 17,000 hours of watching Marvel movies has paid off for this one moment of clout amongst my family. Ooh. Or you can just watch it for fun if you like the Thor movies. And is it washing away the paint? Weird. I want to prime some other models I have after this. I got a 3D printed Warhammer. Okay, he's not Warhammer, but he's 3D printed. His backpack got really messed up, so I don't know, I guess he has a net full of garbage or something. Backpack literally looks like it melted. Looks like someone literally has a bunch of holes in it. It looks like it melted. I can't even begin to describe what it looks like, but I can't get it right now because reasons. Get more wood paint in general. I'll go over here. Can I set you down? Pretty sure I can. Paint dries surprisingly quickly, especially model paint, which is very nice. Because apparently I'm supposed to be laying down more coats so that it can be a brighter blue. But no, I like this blue. I like my vaguely dark blue. I will say it's probably easier to prime your characters while they're still in the sprue. I kept forgetting what it was called last time, but it's called the sprue, which is that frame where all the guys start out in. You gotta take them out, you gotta put them together. I'm gonna show you the sprue right now, because I got it right here. This is the sprue. I would probably recommend, or maybe not, because that could be hard to see what bits and pieces connect to what, but I'd say it's mildly easy. Or you could just, still take them out, spray them down that way. If you don't want to do my stupid option, I'm saying you could balance it on something, because this way it will lay flat. So you could spray it, and then maybe do some more if you like. I don't know, it's just my suggestion. I didn't even do that. Like I mentioned last video, I had to literally put a string across here, and I had to balance these guys on the string so I could get every little bit of them. And I had adjust them. It's very annoying, and I wish I didn't do it that way. All in all, I really like painting so far. This is my podcast. Let's look at some viewer submission questions. I don't have any. No one cares about me. Anyways, I'm fine. Coming along very nicely here. I'm gonna try to get these guys look a little cleaner. I want to paint him fully here. I do. If you guys like these mostly unedited videos, I guess the last one was like 2 hours. This one shouldn't be. I am probably doing more detail, yeah, but maybe not. I am doing literally less, so this should be at least a little bit shorter. I hope it's enjoyable. Even if no one sees them, it'd be nice to just look back and be like, man, I remember that. I could do that again, yeah. Because I'm very much a person who, I want to leave my mark on the world. I want to be I don't want to be like Zooble from TADC, where they're like, oh, I want to leave my mark on the world. And then it turns out I'm a brain scan in the simulation. I don't want to be like that. I want to at least leave a mark before I become a brain scan, you know? Don't want to leave it. Don't want to leave nothing. If I was gonna be a brain in a jar or a brain in a robot, I'd definitely choose robot, obviously. If I don't know, brain in a jar, it has so much it looks so sciencey. It's really aesthetics, because on one hand, you're a robot and you're depressed about everything you can't do. But on the other hand, you're a brain in a green, in a pickle jar with, I don't know, probably a robot eye on the outside that looks at people creepily, and you're like, hey, it's me, hi. It really depends on aesthetics. But then there's the idea of, oh, what if robot's the only option? Great, which robot do you take? Do you want a human-looking one, or do you want that looks vaguely human? I want one that looks... not vaguely human, but more like Bender from, I don't know, Futurama. I'd choose Bender. Because vaguely human robots, I don't know, where we're at right now on robots and the way they look very uncanny. I'll say that. They don't look right currently. We're working on it. And then there's the idea of oh, do robots get the same human rights as people? I mean, there's a human brain in them. But then you kind of have a pantheon situation where okay, if people go in the brains, where do we put them? You know, what if there's not enough space? What if they can't afford it? Do they just go dormant? It's you got a lot of stuff to think about, and it just gets to a lot, and at the point you might as well just die like a normal person, which is you can do that, but it's not as fun, you know. It's not as fun to just die. Dying sucks. That's why this is a conversation in the first place, because no one likes dying. Is this paint? The paint is dry already. I have doing this for how long now? Let me check. 44 minutes. Okay, that's not bad actually. We're making very good time on details, and when I finally finish this guy be blue. Thank God. I can always paint more later. We did the arms last time. I'm gonna shake it up. I don't know if it'll mix or settles or anything, but at least gets in this divot that I like to scoop out of more. The little divot right here, I like to scoop out of it like it's ice cream. My next, I want to get a Marine Army, because there is a Warhammer game, and I do want to learn how to play that. But right now, my focus is a Dreadnought. I really want a Dreadnought. And I kind of have a predicament with me right now. Wow, that's very nice. Nice little splash of gold in the mixture. Now it just kind of looks like I sped in the sun. It looks sun damaged. How did I make a liquid look sun damaged? It's like sun damaged plastic. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Dreadnought. I started on about Dreadnoughts, and then I went back to Loki, I'm pretty sure. Dreadnoughts, oh my God, they look so cool. I saw that Zanny video, I talked about this last episode, I saw a Zanny video about Space Marine 2, and there's a Dreadnought that he appears, he bursts through a wall and he kills a demon, and he's lead me to the slaughter, and then he's that one's mine, with a flying demon, and he throws either a really explosive thing, a brick at the big guy, and it's oh my God, he's so cool. And like dreadnoughts have a lot of cool characters and a cool lore. They're like Marines that are like, I don't want to die, and they're like, so they plug them in a machine. They're like really pissed off now. So they're like, hey, for the Emperor. There's like different looking guys for different chapters, and there's also knights, which I feel like knights are just fancy dreadnoughts or just bigger Marines. I really don't know what's up with knights, but they look cool too, if not more detailed. There's like one dreadnought that has like a church on its back, and then there's another one in the lore which has a muzzle flash so bright it blinds someone. So then it's like you can like put like the Ash baby when he's like being blown away, like in front, like with that image at like when you're talking about him, just be blown away. Yeah, I'm done with the blue here actually. Wow. So we're gonna focus on the gold. I feel like we do a little more gold here. Just another little layer. Very nice little coat. A coat suit. Very nice looking. And we're gonna end it there. Very nice, very nice. Would I like a splash of blue? No, I don't, because it's like dripping all over the armor. Do I really want to do it on the shoulders? No. Okay, I'm gonna keep it restricted to the armor. I'll do the emblem after I got the gold, because I don't want to like fully paint the emblem, wait for it to dry, and then be like, gonna paint over it. Don't want that to happen. Be very, very annoying. This is a background video, by the way. If you're just sitting here watching this, I'd recommend like I'm playing a video game or something. I intend these videos to be something people watch in the background. And I'm saying like, I intend these videos, like I just started these videos, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. I want to like being like nice little drizzles down the armor. Very nice looking so far. It's like those stormtroopers with like the gold on them and like nice patches that kind of looks like ore. It looks like gold found in like a rock where it's like splashed and like caked in there. Not caked in there, but it's like sandwiched between all this stuff, and you gotta actually dig to get it out. And like very nice looking. Look at that. Wow. I'm onto something here. I might want to disclose this actually when I have all my sketches and stuff ready, because it's not ready. But I'm trying to make my own Space Marine chapter off the bat. Most people would be like, I'm gonna wait so I'm good at it. Nope, I'm starting. I just hit my toe. I'm starting right now, baby. I'm not painting like on the box. Games Workshop is bad at painting like on the box. Do you see this? Do you see this art? There's no shading. There's no color in the creases. There's no color in the eyes. They didn't even give you red. They didn't even give me red for it. I can get red, but I don't want red. I already painted my guy silver. And I want to get a bunch more colors, because for the dreadnought I have in mind, he's going to need like some very nice colors to make him pop. So all in all, this looks pretty nice so far. Y'all can definitely see what I'm going for, right? Like right now, I feel like I'm like that one guy, like I feel like I'm at the beginning of YouTube right now, where it's like people are just posting big pictures of their cat and like, my day at the zoo, which was the first video on YouTube. Was some guy just like, hey, my day at the zoo. And it's just a video, I'm pretty sure, of him being at the zoo, having a good time. Like I feel like that right now. Like I'm not doing anything like groundbreaking. I'm not Mr. Beast doing the next big thing. I'm just like, painting my Warhammer figures. I'm having a good time. Just along for the ride, kinda. So onto the helmet, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do that. Look at that. That's very nice looking. Very nice looking. I'm gonna put some white eyes in there to make them pop. I would have preferred to have the brush I intended, because that one is more of a finer tip. Maybe not like a finer tip, but like it's thinner in the end, I'm pretty sure. My last mistake with painting the eyes was like, I gotta like drag it. No, I gotta put like a dot in there, call it a day. Even though this isn't really like white. They call it like Corax white. This ain't white. This is like that's like a gray. I assume it's white if I put on more coats, but that's just gray. Actually get a scoop out of the actual tin for once. It won't get off. It won't get off. Get off of me. Get off of me. It's on me. I got paint on my fingers. Last stuff came off. This isn't. Add some white to the mixture. Get a little brighter, I see. Gotta get the paint off the actual plastic. Alright. A show I really like is Home Improvement. I already talked about that already. Okay. It looks like I squashed a bug a little bit right there. It looks like I squashed a bug. I might squash a bug and just paint over him. That'd be funny. Have a bug out on here. That would not be funny. That'd be very, very scary and spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Right. Gonna put a little dip in there. This is a very careful procedure here. Nice. We did one. Dang it. Enough. Took some of the gold paint with it. All done there. Could use some more on the other eye. Nice. Hey, look at him. Very striking now. As you can see, there's not much correlation between these two designs besides the fact they both look like I still got some gold on there, but I like it. It's like battle damage, but besides the idea that they're both unique looking, and hopefully that's a little bit of a hint to what's going on here. It really isn't, I'm not gonna lie. I just don't want to tell anyone yet because I'm still in the planning stages of the art and stuff. I feel like I should be, I could put this together now, I feel. Yeah, that's done. Okay. I painted the peg there. Didn't need to, but, love of the game, I guess. Put that on there. Going on there really easily. I didn't need to be doing all that. I'm going to paint the inside here, because I didn't last time. It looks fine, but that's because it's primed, so it just looks black. This does not, so... Gonna put gold on the inside here too. Nice looking detail there, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave it there. The light, I think, it's a very bright light, so I'm really hoping it helps. I think it's drying things much faster, because it kind of looks segmented right now, and I really don't want that. I want to get like one of every faction except like the Eldar, the Drukhari, because I really don't care about those guys. Yeah, they're kind of just like people, but with pointy ears. Like, there's just not a lot drawing me to them compared to like Space Marines and like Dreadnoughts, and then there's like creepy. It looks like there's a face here. It's a mouth and we got two eyes. That's spooky. Okay, now he just looks blue. It's trying to cover it up, but that's not happening. Should be mixing colors and see what happens. Maybe I have something I like. Even then, I'm not really feeling it. It's kind of just open. Actually, the torso's probably done. I'm gonna get some brown in there for the belt like I did last time. Then I can like paint the gun. Because I really liked that bit last time. That was the complicated bit for me that time. It was like painting the belt. Very, very risky. It was like painting trims, which, first of all, I've seen the demon, not the demon, the Chaos Marines. Oh my god, I'm not... I'll have a Chaos Marine, but I'm not painting it with all that trim, okay? That is a lot of trim painting, which what I did on the shoulder pads here. I'm not doing all that. That is something else. I'll say that. Trying to get it off. Okay, let's add some brown in the mixer and see what happens. All right. Let me adjust my apron. I don't want paint on me. Not like you commoners covered in dirt and grime. Now I'm gonna do the belt. This guy, the other guy has like a grenade or something on him. Or maybe, I don't think that's a grenade actually. Yeah, no, he has like a little grenade. This guy has like an actual just pouch here. They're differentiated. That's pretty cool. That's so epic. So, yeah, brown. Okay, quiet at these parts. I don't want to mess up. See some like gold trickling over the belt, so I'm actually going to try and keep that as intact as I can, because I don't know how good it'll look if I paint gold over brown. So I'm going to leave that alone. Don't know what to do with the midsection here. I'm just going to assume this is just all belt. Am I wrong? Probably. Do I care? No. Good. You shouldn't care as much about what other people think when making art. I do think that feedback is important, but if you're proud of something you've made, that's all that matters to me. An important thing to me is that you're proud of your own art and think that you've accomplished something or learned something new. Not even learn something new, just that you're happy about your art and how it turned out. You can always revise things or make something new. You could do whatever, and that's nice. And AI, that's why I hate it. I am an artist. I'm a huge art guy. I like drawing. AI takes all the effort out of it. It makes something that is objectively worse and not creative, because AI, it doesn't make stuff up. It draws from other sources. It's like, oh, artists do that too. Yeah, but artists also know how to make something look good, and they're not straight up, most of the time, they're not straight up copying something. They're making something original, or at least trying. AI cannot do that. It draws off other images and writings, so it doesn't make actual original things. That's Johnny Razor did a whole video where his friend put AI through the test they made up, which essentially bubbles down to, does AI make a licensed character when I give them a prompt similar to it, which was a blue hedgehog. They never said a name, they never said the hedgehog was fast, and it came up with Sonic the Hedgehog automatically, which says a lot about AI and the fact that that's the only thing. It doesn't make like speedy little hedgehog, like an old meme from way back then. It comes up with Sonic the Hedgehog specifically, because that's what it's drawing from. That's also what it could be sued for, but no one will do that. Actually, I'm not sure if they could be sued for it. They're training the AI on stuff. Maybe they're allowed to do it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be real. I just don't like AI because I'm an artist, and like, art is something you make yourself with human passion. And AI doesn't do that. I'm very strong about that. weird. So I thought this one was flat, and like the other one was not. I'm like, oh, but no, we're good. You should paint this now. That'd be a good idea. I'm waiting for the other one. I might as well. I think the belts and whatnot ended up really nice, all things considered. This is my first time like really painting stuff. I think it turned out wonderfully. Wonderfully. Ooh, spooky. I'm saying the word wrong. Ooh. It's gonna be another long video of me filling the silence, isn't it? Yes, it is. Thank you, strange voice. Apparently that's a connection point to the sprue, and apparently it's recommended that you sand those down, but like I don't want to painting Warhammer figures. I'm not doing all that. I heard a story of a guy who used like bottle caps or something as his gene stealer colt in a tournament. It was from like that one guy who looks like a goblin for his sprite or like his mascot. I forget his name. Happens a lot. I'm gonna talk about another creator here. Warpstorm Warmaster. He was the guy who made his own Legion. Very fun videos. I really like his videos. They're fun videos. They're very nice and quirky sometimes. Other times they're just fun. They're just fun videos, and it's just one of those creators, like, they get sponsorships and they're making money, but it's also just, there's so much heart and effort put into it, and I think that's something I hope to achieve someday, because, yeah, I'd say there's effort put into this. Like, I bought Warhammer for $35, and I put in through the effort of painting this and getting it all set up and primed. But in the end, I'm really right now just making a video that just so happens to be about something I'm doing. This was not like a planned video. It was only after I bought the thing. I'm like, hey, I can make a video on this. If I knew how to, this would be a tax write-off. But I don't have a job, so there's no taxes anyways. So I'm very lucky there. Very nice gold we have there. Now I remember what I was doing here. I was waiting for the inside to dry, but that's surely dried by now. Great. Now, the inside of this little bit. Got the gold all set up there. Where's my brush? There's my brush. I put it in the cup of mysterious potions and liquids. Excuse me. It's like the most silent burp ever. Oh my god. Okay. Going much smoother if I primed the inside of this, but oh well. Okay, we're gonna let that dry now. Truthfully, there's not much more to do here besides chill and wait for it to dry. Got the guys all done here. Is there anything more I could do on the arms? Maybe more paint. Dang it, applications. Like, maybe a little more. Like on here, the paint came off. See, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, it's really just touch-ups and whatnot until I'm done. This is fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a good time doing this. I'm very quiet and I'm just filling the silence sometimes. I'm rambling on, but this is enjoyable. I like this. I'm having a good time. Maybe I could do this like professionally and I could like take commissions. That would be fun. That would be a fun job, a very nice job doing something I enjoy. I really want to do something I enjoy. If you guys want to, you can send me your commissions once I get good, because I'm gonna be real. I think these are pretty good first figures, but they're not heresy for heretics quality. They're not that good yet. They're not Warp Storm Warmaster good. Apparently that guy makes other videos too. My Dreadnought is gonna be really good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be really, really good. My own chapter, it's gonna be a very fun chapter. I'm telling you. How good are we here? I think that's dry now. Yeah, that's dry now. Very nice looking. Ooh, she put on another coat of paint. Yeah, okay. Fair point. I don't want to paint something no one will see. It's kind of why I use black primer, because it looks more like shadows. It's more noticeable. That's why I actually used black primer in the first place. I was like, oh, white primer makes colors pop more. Gray primer. Okay, gray primer makes no sense to me. How will you know if something's primed if it looks the same as the actual, like, figures have this color when you start out. You can see it right now. Why would you use gray primer so you don't know if something's primed until after you paint it and it starts flaking off, or if there actually is a small color difference? I also use black primer because that way if I do miss a spot, it's less noticeable and I can just go, oh, it's just the shadows. And it also gives me an excuse not to actually paint the black bits unless I screwed up. And even then, on like the ball here, I just don't feel like doing that. It adds character. That guy is all done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, but dang it. Look at that gun right there. That's a real rifle. I'm gonna hold it because I don't want to focus right now too much. Look at that. It's a real gun, son. Oh, my back. Did I get paint on me? No, okay. I'm beautiful. Can't really go anywhere right now. So. Eventually, we still got his base. Still want to paint these bases like an arcade floor, like a Heresy for Heretics did that one time. Yeah, because I like those kinds of arcades. The floors, very fun, very comfortable to be in, very nice. Not quite done yet, but I can add some touch-ups now. While they're waiting, I want to hear from everyone in the comments. How are you doing? How's your days been? Has it been good? I hope it's been good. If I ever get the chance to leave this room, I'm probably gonna go, like, drink water. Be a good thing to do. Literally watching paint dry right now, I'm gonna be real. It's a little boring. It's a little, anticlimactic. That middle bit still isn't painted with the brown. I don't know what's up with that. I'm gonna be real. It's not like I painted over it black. I used brown. It's right there. Just want to stick to this bit here. Gonna angle it down and see if that helps. Like gravity. If you're wondering, the pink cup mixer is still like a sparkly cloud of gray and gold on the edges. Very fun looking. Not fun to drink though, I'll tell you that. It's not water anymore. Blue is starting to dry up more. Brown is getting there. Black is dried up. Silver is dried up. And gold is getting there. Yeah, you can see the brown hardening at the edge at some point. Very interesting. This is like the one time where I'm like on a schedule, I don't have more to do. Not even like on a schedule, I'm doing good, I don't have more to do. Cause like, you don't know, I'm just, I'm watching paint dry. Or if this is done. It's not done. Glad I opened a window, but it'd get really hot in here otherwise. You know what's interesting? People are really strange because some people, it definitely has a lot to do with the way you're raised and the way your parents were raised and so forth, and it's a loop. Like, some people will get all the freedom in the world and they'll be like, oh, I just want to live my life, Dad, leave me alone. Oh, but then they'll act like they have none. They'll act like they're being strangled. And then there's people who want more freedom, people who, his head move, does, wow, that's so cool, kind of, who want freedom, like more actions over their decisions, and they can't do that. And then some people, mainly the topic of this little bit right here I'm talking about, they get the idea in their head that they're better than other people, and they've decided to make everyone else's lives as miserable as possible. And this isn't a good thing. Like, some people get into fights on the road. I had a friend recently who was driving, and then someone got angry with them on the road, so they literally went up to them and hit their window a couple times. Like, I'm not even driving yet, and some people think rules don't apply to them, that they can get away with anything, and it won't matter for them because they don't need to listen to this stuff. And it really sucks because there are good people who will do everything in their power to listen to rules and boundaries and will get punished for it. And they'll be the ones who, and they may even turn out into the people who think rules don't apply for them because they've been punished before. What are they going to do? Like, won't be anything new. That they won't do anything new to me. It sucks. I'm fine though. Home life is good. I guess after, beyond home life is also good. Not good. Yeah, it's good. That good. Not yet. Later. Almost good. Almost good. Okay, not really almost good. Still waiting. Still waiting. We gotta touch up the other guy. If he had more silver in his eyes, because there really isn't much. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add a little more. Give him a little bit more sparkle in his eyes. Let him know that everything's gonna be okay. Can actually put the excess paint in there. I won't need much. I didn't do a very good job at it. More for the cloud. more for the juice. Our fridge recently has been kind of broken. Not like, oh, it doesn't refrigerate. No, it refrigerates too good. So now we just have 2 freezers. Like, me and my brother tried to drink orange juice this morning, and it just froze half the orange juice. So now we're literally put it out on the table, and we're like waiting for it to thaw out, because we're like, well, I want to drink my orange juice, but I also don't want to like have like a really bad slushy. Like, it's just annoying. And we gotta be real. That's all I can really say about it. Tap in there. Tap in there. Yeah, a little bit more sparkle inside. Gonna wait for that to dry. Got nothing else to do. I wonder why our brains are split down the middle. Why did we, as a species, evolve down the middle brains? Doggone it. Like, we could have just had it be one lump. We didn't have to separate it down the middle. Have it look like an old grape. Like, could have just had it be one lump. I guess it does help keep the brains organized. What's really weird to me is how the brain is so easy at recognizing patterns. So when it comes to, like, apparently, like, painting dirt, some people have a lot of problem, like, painting dirt and splatter on their characters because, oh, the brain is so good at recognizing patterns, it tries to do, you'll end up trying to do it in a pattern and be like, no, I want it to be random, but, like, brains aren't made for random. We're good at recognizing patterns. There are 5 fingers on our hands, 10 fingers total, 5 fingers. Same with our feet. I got two next to 2. That's 4 of these over here and a pen. I got 4 over here, 2 over here. That's 6 pieces over here. I got like, I don't know, 3 splotches of gold here. Like, I got 2 over here, 2 over here, 2 over here. That's 6 like little containers of, dang it, paint. Like, humans are good at recognizing patterns. It's evolutionary, but it's also kind of drawbacks really in the art space where like a random is very hard to do. And those who do pull it off do very good at it. It's all dried out now. Nice. Is that? Yes. Because I said so. So, we're going to put our guy together. It'll be very fun. Very enjoyable. Because I like Warhammer. Right now. Just get in there. Come on. There we go. Alright, look at that. It's very nice looking already. That dry. Not entirely. No, pause a thread. Let me touch it. I do kind of wish that the gun was like something you could actually put in the arm instead of just like the arms being segmented and like glued to the gun, which is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it does allow you to take both off probably easier than, oh god, that almost fell in the paint, that almost fell in the brown paint, man. I spent time on this last time, a couple days ago, man. My mom asked me a question. We all done here? It's connected. Connection terminate. And then everything explodes. Because I need to put this on last. Is it blocking it somehow? That can't be happening right now, man. There. We all done here. Pretty sure. sure. Great. Yeah, we all done here. Cool. Gonna put that back because we're all done here. That's dried off. Wonderful. Oh, that is... Wait. Oh my God. He's beautiful. My baby is beautiful. Look at him. Look at him. My baby is beautiful. We're gonna end it off here because I'm done. Goodbye. Hey, that's 30 minutes sooner than last time.